Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to our February 24th, 2026 Code Enforcement Board hearing. If anyone wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence your devices. Board.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Donald Carney. I am filling in for the chairman who is absent today. Going to go ahead and call this February 24th, 2026 meeting of the Code Enforcement Board to order. Let's start with board introduction, starting with my right.
Carlos Lang. Ed Murphy.
August Puyol.
Jackie Shaw.
Alex Schneider.
Kimberly Smith.
Great to see everyone here today. If we're ready, let's begin.
Thank you. Our first case is on page 15. Inspector Severia Ionescu, property address 642 Northwest 3rd Ave, owner Water Tower Apartments, LLC. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 1/27/2026. 2 sections at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There is 1 extension noted. Notice posted at the property on 2/3/26, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 2/10/26.
Good morning, board. This is Severio Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. The city is requesting for the fees to be imposed. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Turn your microphone on, please. State your name and who you are for the record.
Test. I'm Arthur Bartholomew. I'm the owner of Water Tower Apartments. Just a refresher, we came for the first time last month. There was a snafu. Our UPS box changed, and somehow we missed this violation. We actually did have a different code violation, which is in order, so we apologize for that. So what happened last month is we have an architect, we have a builder, we submitted our as-built, but we were just waiting to get comments, and then the board asked that we come back and show progress. Progress, as of now, we have building review pending, business tax pending, electrical is passed, it's not required, flood is approved, mechanical is not required, so it's passed, plumbing is approved. Zoning asked that we remove the old school sign, which we've complied with. ATF is pending, and fire is not required. So we're almost there. We kindly ask that we get more time. We're acting diligently, and we just somehow had missed the notice.
Board.
Has he been communicating with you?
Yes.
Every update we send to the inspector.
Inspector, what fines were you talking about that should be imposed?
Say it again, please.
What were the fines that you said should be imposed?
I'm sorry, not Santo Massey.
How much time do you need?
We think it's a simple as-built. I mean, again, we're just waiting for each trade to give us comments, and we're very responsive. Realistically, I'd ask for 90 days just because, even in the last 30 days, we haven't had all the trades finalized a review. It should be a simple as-built. This went from a house to a school and just back to a house. So, we don't want to tear it down and kick the tenants out. We're very nice, but we just can't afford a fine.
Okay, I'll move to a 91-day extension.
Alex Schneider, I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. You have 91 days.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 17. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1242 Northwest 2nd Ave, owner Stephen Ballman Van Kindle, case number BE 2505-0157. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 2/24/2026. 1 section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 1/28/2026, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Good morning. Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city. Updating you on case number and address is read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit for kitchen and bathroom renovations and paver driveway. Case is not in compliance. Respondent is here to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
My name is Fred Rezvani. I'm the general contractor on record. We have submitted 6 permits already. We have the driveway fence permit. The interior alteration is in review. We're just working on addressing the comments.
When were these permits submitted, applications submitted?
Months ago. Mechanical, plumbing, and electrical were sub-permits. The mechanical plumbing were submitted in January this year, and electrical was December of last year. Interior alteration was November of 2025.
Have all the permits been approved?
Not yet. Driveway and fence has been approved, but they won't be released because they're sub-permits of the master. Interior alteration, they're in the third round of review, and we're addressing the comments as they come.
So what are you really waiting on right now?
The review to be over and for the architect to get the entire comments, and then we'll submit a correction.
Okay, board?
How much time do you think you need?
Realistically, I think we could do it in 60 days, but the building department's been a little slow. We're just coming off the holiday, so 90 days would be perfect.
I move for a 91-day extension.
Alex Schneider will second it.
All right, got a motion, a second on the table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. You have 91 days.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 6. It's a new business case. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1344 Northwest First Ave, 1-3. Owner Verdat Property Management LLC. Case number BE 25110006. Notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
You again?
Yep.
Good morning. Inspector Saragusti on behalf of the city presenting the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for new AC system, kitchen renovation, new laundry room, patio fence with 2 gates. The case was opened on November 3rd, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on November 3rd, 2025, and scheduled for a hearing in December 10th, 2025. There are permits submitted for the fence, and we're asking the board to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
State your name and relation to the property for the record.
My name is Fred Rezvani, general contractor. I have power of attorney to be here on behalf of the owner. We do have the fence permit submitted. It was submitted January 29th. We're still waiting for the review. They're a little backed up. We're waiting for the architect to give us the complete set of drawings for the project. He was sick for a little while, but I believe we're going to get the permits hopefully this week. The permit drawings, I should say.
I have a question. Are you the general contractor who did the work, or are you the general contractor hired to clean it up?
Hired. The owner's, I guess, husband or previous husband was a general contractor. Apparently, he did the work based on what I was told. But I'm the general contractor right now, licensed and insured, trying to resolve the situation.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
I'll second that.
All right, got a motion on the table, seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? 119 days.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who seconded that one? Thank you. Our next case is on page 8, new business case. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 510 Southwest 17th Street. Case number BE 25110059, owner Juliana De Silva. Notice posted at the property on 1/29/2026. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address is read. This property was cited for a violation under Florida Building Code 2023 111.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling has been changed from the originally permitted classification as a single-family residence to a multi-family dwelling without obtaining the required permits and certificate of occupancy. The case was opened 11/7/2025, inspection report mailed 11/11/2025, and code board notice mailed 1/6/2026. I visited this property to investigate the complaint, as mentioned, and met with the owner, Juliana, who gave me access to inspect the property. During the inspection, we found that there was a new addition being built at the back of the existing home with an active permit. I did, however, observe that the access to the addition was blocked off with drywall from the main house. The homeowner stated that I could not access the new addition as it was occupied and at the time being used as a bedroom. I advised her that this was a violation as the addition has not yet been final and does not have a certificate of occupancy. I recently spoke with George, contractor, regarding this matter and did arrange to do a reinspection with him once the permit has been completed and a CO has been issued. City is requesting that the board find that the violation exists and grant the property owner 91 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Juliana De Silva, and it's 510 Southwest 17th Street.
Okay.
And he's my new contractor. And basically what happened is that we had it was a mistake on the engineer's part that he put a drywall on a door. He made a mistake, so we had to do the revision on that. And right now we're waiting for the last revision, which is the roof. We're waiting for the city to give us the approval, which we have to do. What is it that we have to do for the replace the roof? And then after that, the AC also, it's pending. They need a couple of things to be done, and that's what he's working on it. So if we can give us more time and a little bit more time to finish that, that would be greatly appreciated.
Board?
I move that we find for the city the violations exist as alleged, and we order the property owner to come into compliance by May 26, 2026, or a fine in the amount of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, got a motion to table to second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously of 91 days.
Thank you very much.
Stay in touch with the inspector.
Yeah, it'll go fast.
Okay.
Make sure you work on it.
Yes, we're trying to. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Our next case is on page 10. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 2821 Southwest 3rd Court, case number BE 25090188. Owner, Malin Gonzalez Alfonso. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/2026. Is there a respondent here for 2821 Southwest 3rd Court? They left? Okay. Okay, they left. On page 18, property address 301 Southwest 2nd Street. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address, I just said it, case number BE 231-00214.
Bottom of 18.
Owner, 1129 Van Brunt LLC, 129 Van Brunt GP LLC, and all others. This case was first heard on 9/24/2024 to comply by 3/25/2025. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. The city is requesting to impose fines in amount of $1,700, which continues to accrue. Notice posted at the property on 12326, posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 210-2026. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. The case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record. Yes, my name is Kevin Berman. Microphone, hit the button there. Hit the button. Now
Hello?
you got it.
Hello?
There we go.
Oh, so the red was on. Okay. My name's Kevin Berman. I am the property manager for the owners, and the violations really from the business had constructed the fence. I don't know if you want to put the visual up, but that was because of the location of it. It's in historic, and we were working with the Historic Preservation Board to get special approval for this wood fence, and that was approved. The permit was applied for with the building department to make the changes, and the outcome is basically the fence will stay, but the top part will come down, and then the inside of the patio will be visible to the street.
Has this permit been approved?
It's been applied for. It's in review now, and the contractor, I have the permit number.
When was it applied for?
Well, it was reopened. It was originally applied for in 2024, but it was reopened under the same permit number recently in the last 45 days since the meeting that the historic had approved.
When did the historic board approve you guys?
That was the last meeting. I believe it was in the beginning of January.
Okay.
About a month ago.
All right. So you're making progress.
Making great progress, actually, because now we have direction, and I can kind of tell them what to do. It was either get it down and remove it. If you remember, we were working with the city about what was going on in the neighborhood, which it's a separate issue, but that was the main reason why they did it.
Board. So the only thing they need to do right now is put a revision on the permit, and it's going to get approved. So the city won't oppose to 63-day extension.
Do you think you could do that in 63 days?
I've been told so. Yes.
I'm gonna put a motion out there. I move to waive the fines completely and put a 63-day extension.
No, there's no fines right now.
Yeah, he's talking about the acute.
Yeah, but they're not. This is not a hearing to impose the fines. Next hearing, we can.
Yeah, this is Massey.
Well, last time it was a Massey. It came back. So yes, but they're not imposing the fines. They're gonna. Okay.
So we got a motion on the table. Any seconds?
Can you repeat it again, please?
So yeah, my motion is to waive the fines completely, stop any fines from accruing, and give them a 63-day extension.
I'll second that.
All right, got a motion on the table with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Well,
Opposed?
You can't waive the.
If the fines aren't, if the case isn't compliant, we can't waive any fines yet.
Right,
It's not
so-
compliant.
Yeah, sorry, back here. Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. The board can't waive the fines to date at this juncture because the case isn't in compliance. Once the case is in compliance, if they come back, I mean, certainly the board has the discretion to stop the fines that have accrued to this point. And then once the case is in compliance, if it comes back, then you could waive at that time.
All right, so
So there, I'm sorry, I just want to clarify from the previous hearing, I heard what you said, Rhonda, so I'm not trying to contradict. I'm just clarifying. From the last hearing to now, there is nothing set. It's just accruing. There is no, because.
Correct, because
Okay.
this is, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I'll put a new motion out there. Motion to stop the fines and a 63-day extension.
you got a second?
I'll second that again.
All right, got a motion and a second on the table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Got 63 days.
Great, thank you.
Our next case is a new business case on page 1. Senior Inspector Jose Sargusti, property address 3009 Northeast 19th Street, owner Eliyahu and Yardina Zeno. Case number BE 25070246. Notice posted at the property on 12626. Posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 21026. Oh, God. Jose, it's 3009 Northeast. Oh, I'm sorry. They wrote Saragusi on the paper. My apologies. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Sorry. Sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: a jet ski lift in the easement, barbecue grill, and 2 pergolas. This case was opened on 7/28/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 9/25/2025. And the code board was scheduled on 12/8/2025. I was able to obtain photos from a vacant property on the other side of the canal, as well as a waterway inspection was conducted by Code Officer Edward Easton. I observed 2 pergolas, which the owners have submitted a permit application in for. It's in review, BLD-GEN 2508-0058. I checked records. There was a permit for a boat lift and dock, but the jet ski lift was not a part of that. That has since been removed, and the barbecue in the violation has been removed as well. The city is requesting the code board to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance, or a $50 a day fine after. The respondent is here to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
My name is Eliyahu Zeno, and I live at 3009 Northeast 19th Street, Fort Lauderdale, and I'm the owner of the house.
So you said some stuff was removed. What's the what stuff is still pending here?
The 2 pergolas, which he has a permit in review as of right now.
Okay. So you're making progress to resolve this?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
We submit all the paperwork to the city, and we're waiting for the approval.
All right, cool.
That is correct.
Yeah, how much time do you think you need?
120, like we said.
119 days?
119.
Yeah, I move that we find that the city in violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Carl Stein seconds that.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? You have 119 days.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Our next case is on page 12, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 905 Southwest 22nd Terrace, case number BE 2506-0116, owner Lonnie Saunders Revocable Trust. This case was first heard on 8/26/2025 to comply by 1/27/2026. 2 sections at $100 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/6/2026, posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 2/10/26. There is 1 extension noted.
Preston Mark, building inspector of the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The property owner did present to the Board of Adjusters for, I guess he would explain the reason for his variance request. At this point in time, the case would be rescheduled for a Massey hearing, and the city is requesting that the board grant that the property owner get an extension of 91 days to come in compliance, and have the case brought back for further review.
State your name and your relation to the property.
Good morning, Will Laystrom here on behalf of the property owner, attorney for the property owner. I also have with me the property owner, Lonnie Saunders.
So where are we standing at?
Sure. So a few weeks ago, we had our Board of Adjustment meeting, and that was essentially to allow, so it's an ADU structure. in the RS4 zoning district, you have to have a certain lot size. We were slightly smaller than that, so we requested a variance to allow for that on this size lot. That was granted.
Nice.
Now the process is we would need to submit for zoning so they can make sure setbacks and all that works. And then after that, apply for building permits. As far as what we've done since the Board of Adjustment meeting, we've now hired a contractor and he's starting to get the plans going. So we're trying to keep this moving as quickly as we can.
Okay. Inspector, has the respondent been in contact with you?
Yes, he has.
All right, good. Board, what say you?
Yeah, I move for a 91-day extension.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
Got a motion on the table to second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 91 days.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Our next case is a new business case on page 6. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 427 Northwest 17th Street. Owner, Jose Miguel Yubari. Case number BE 251-00139. Notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited as a violation of Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to flat roof work performed. The case was opened October 13. The inspection report was sent on October 20th. Code board hearing was scheduled on December 9. While conducting inspection October 17, I observed the roofing material had been loaded into the flat roof balcony area above the garage of the property. Subsequently, I received a phone call from the designated contact person who confirmed that the workers are scheduled to begin work on Saturday. I have referred the case to inspector on call for this weekend for further follow-up. On October 19, construction activity was observed, and the flat roof above the garage patio area, first floor, and potentially on the second floor roof line. This work appears to have been conducted without obtaining the required permits, constituting a violation of the local building codes and permitting regulations. Inspector Saragusti inspected the property on October 20th, 2025 as an inspector on call for the weekend and found workers actively working. A stop work order was issued, was posted at the property, and pictures were taken. The city is requesting the code board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Hi, Jose Barrio, homeowner. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, during the rainy season last year, we noticed there were leaks coming from the light fixtures. I can provide a video on my phone as well so you can see. We noticed the light fixtures leaking. We contacted a roofer. The roofer looked at the issues and noticed that the original builder, D.R. Horton, had left a lot of issues in the roof that could create potential leaks and started working on it. Because it was leaks, he thought it was a repair. We thought it was a repair. It was my first time as a homeowner. I just assumed that that was the fix. He started working on it immediately. There was a call to the city, and we realized both that we needed a permit to fix, I guess a multi-unit complex when it comes to the roof. We hired a permit person that worked on the permits from October to December, paid him $4,000. He disappeared, unfortunately, so it's sort of pending in the process. I hired a new permit person as of January. He has completed the entire packet. I have it here. It's up for submittal. I believe he submitted yesterday. So hopefully the plan is to have everything submitted by the end of the week, approved, and hopefully the work can start in the next few months or weeks.
Is this a condominium?
It's townhouse.
Okay, so you're the individual owner of that specific. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Board.
Have you been in contact with the inspector?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
All right, got a motion with a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You have 119 days.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Our next case is on page 15. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1601 Northwest 11th Street. Owner, Carlene Francois, Tony Cadet Francois. Case number BE 2503. 0158. This case was first heard on 9/23/2025 to comply by 1/27/2026. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/3/2026. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 2/10/2026. There's one extension noted.
Severian Ionescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. I will allow them to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
I'm Peter Nunez, the contractor, helping them resolve the permit issues.
So where are we standing at?
Well, we did, so we got permits for 2 structures that need to be demoed. We got those permits issued. There was 2 other structures that needed to be removed. We didn't need permits for that. That was already removed. I emailed photos to them yesterday. And then we're at the last stage right now, which is for the addition. We have comments we have to address. We're actually ready to submit to address those comments. But then we got a call from him that Mr. Preston wanted to speak to me and go over the file, which we did go back and forth. He was questioning one area of the house that maybe wasn't permitted. I went back out to the property. I showed him that it was actually existing there. I sent him photos. And I also sent him a permit number that showed that it was already previously permitted before. So I'm waiting to hear back from him on that, and then I can resubmit these corrections and get the last permit finally issued, which is the addition.
Okay. Inspector, has he been in contact with you?
Yes.
All right. Board?
What was the recommendation?
I mean, I need like,
90, I think 91 days will be enough?
that's perfect.
Okay. I move for a 91-day extension.
Alex Schneider, I'll second.
All right, got a motion with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, guys.
You've got
Appreciate
91
it.
days.
Our next case is on page 1. Inspector Jimmy Lugo, property address 1917 Northeast 15th Ave. Case number BE 25110055. Owner Jennifer Leong. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/2026. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This is a new business case.
Which one is it? Middle? Bottom.
Good morning, Code Board. Jimmy Lugo, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. The property was cited for violation under the Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: windows and doors installed without the proper permits. The case was opened on November 7, 2025. The inspection report was sent on November 13, 2025, and the Code Board hearing was scheduled on January 6, 2026. On November the 10th, 2025, I inspected the property at 1917 Northeast 15th Avenue with Building Inspector Russell Castell in response to a complaint alleging that windows and doors were installed without permits. Photographs were taken, and after reviewing the BCPA records and the city permitting history, I confirmed that no permit has been issued for the windows and the door installation. This activity constitutes a violation of local permitting regulations. The city is requesting the Code Board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
State your name in relation to the property for the record.
Sherrick Rice. I'm the husband of the owner. The windows were actually approved. We just got the email. We've been in contact with the development center or whatever as far as getting the permits done, and it was actually, we just received the email stating that it was approved. So
Okay, the actual permit was approved?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you suggesting, Inspector?
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to suggest the 28 days.
There you go.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
I move that we find for the city and the violations exist as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by March 24th, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Carlos Lang will second that.
Okay, got a motion to table with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You got 28 days.
Thanks, guys.
Now you can go.
Our next case is on page 16. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1201 Northwest 1st Ave. Owner Aaron B. Adams. Case number BE 25070089. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 2/24/2026. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 1/28/2026. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Severian Onescu, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. I will allow the respondent to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Morning, Brendan Sweeney. I'm an attorney of record for Mr. Adams, who's the owner. Mr. Adams was here earlier today. He's not feeling well, so we left. The violations on here primarily occurred when Mr. Adams purchased the residence. We had a meeting with Mr. Ionesco in person, I think about 2 months ago. My clients have retained a general contractor. The general contractor submitted the plans and 6 permit applications last Friday. They have also paid a significant sum to the general contractor. We're seeking an extension of 119 days. I asked my client whether or not he thought that would be the amount of time that the work would be done. He said he's very hopeful it would be. He's also retained an inspector as well on top of, like a private inspector as well, like an owner's representative on top of the general contractor to make sure the general contractor is doing the work correctly.
Inspector, has he been in contact with you?
Yes, definitely.
All right. What do you recommend?
I will allow him to ask. I will allow him to ask.
Okay, so then I move for a 119-day extension.
I'll second that.
All right, got a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 119 days.
Thank you for your time.
Our next case is on page 13. Senior Inspector Jose Sargusi, property address 1810 Northeast 16th Terrace. Owner Michael D'Alessio, case number BE 24080046. This case was first heard on 1/28/2025 to comply by 3/25/2025. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on not available. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 2/10/2026. There are 5 extensions noted. This case is a continuance from the 1/27/2026 hearing.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. The city is requesting the case returned as a massey. I will let the respondent to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Dan Stifler. I'm the attorney for Mr. D'Alessio. My wife was actually his real estate agent. I helped him buy this house. And as you know, we're here because of a Zillow ad that work was done before. Just to give you an update where we're at, there was multiple issues. We've resolved 3 of the 5 issues. We now, the last time we were here, we finally got into the permit process. Once we were in it, we ran into a couple of problems. One is, like, for instance, in October, we had to up our cost estimates because Mr. Saraguso said they were too low. Well, then the city turned around and said, your original building permit application's number's too low. So I had to file amended building applications. They wanted we went from doing the plans for the kitchen and the bathroom to show where it was to wanting a whole house plan. We've now submitted that. They've asked for a mechanical engineer or an architect to sign off on 2 new electrical outlets that were installed. We tried to see if we could have the electrical contractor do it. They said no. We did submit last week. A mechanical engineer did go out to the house, look at it, submitted that they complied with code. Mr. Saraguso informed me today, which is my fault, that we did not pay one of the permits, $131 on the sub-electrical permit. I actually just paid it while we were sitting here. So we're, at this point, we've answered every question, and we're just hoping that we've gotten through the process where they can actually now issue the permit. So,
looks like we're coming up on a year when this all started. What's left for you to do to get this rectified?
We've done everything they've asked, so I'm just waiting for the reply back now. I paid the permit fee this morning that I was unaware of, but we submitted. The mechanical engineer was at the house. He stamped the drawings. He wrote on there. The electric complies with the Florida Building Code. We gave a whole house plan. We've amended both the applications to now make sure the cost estimates all matched up. So I'm just waiting for the response from the city to see if there's anything else that we need to do. So that's where I'm at right now.
I'm sorry, to clarify, he bought the house with all these problems. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes. What happened was there was a Zillow ad that said new remodeled kitchen, remodeled bathroom, new AC, new pool issues, and Mr. Saraguso, went there and confirmed they weren't done with a permit, but it went through title, as you know, and the title agency cleared it. So we've already done the AC. We had to hire an AC contractor. We took care of that. We've taken care of the pool. There was gravel. We removed the gravel. So we've taken care of some of the issues. We're just down to these last two.
How much time do you think you need?
I know he doesn't want, I would prefer 90 days just to make sure when I come back I can tell you guys it's done. I don't want to have to come back in 60 days and say we're still waiting for something.
What do you think, Inspector?
The city think that the plans, the permit will be approved before the massive hearing, and the case will be complied before the massive hearing. But because it's an old case since 2024, we cannot give more extensions. It will be complied before the massive. For that, I think it will be complied.
I'm okay with that. Massey?
Anything else from the board regarding this?
I mean, he's working pretty hard to get this done. So I don't know if I want to start fines accruing today. So I put a motion. You guys can vote on it. We could take a roll. I'll just move for a 28-day extension.
Anyone second it?
I'll second the 28 days. I think 91 is too long after being open for a year.
Why don't we just compromise with a 63? Like one's too long, one's too short. Compromise, 63.
We got a motion on the table, so let's vote on that. All in 28-day extension, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No, I oppose.
I'll agree with Jackie.
Hold on. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
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 Yes. So it doesn't pass? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good.
What, it's a tie?
It's a tie.
All right.
All right, now put your...
Can I get another motion on the table?
Jackie, go ahead.
Okay, I move that we fine for the city and the violations exist as alleged. Blah, blah.
Oh.
Shall I read the whole thing or not?
No, just 63 days.
So I propose a 63-day extension.
All right, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All right, got a motion for a 63-day extension on the table this time. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Passes unanimously. You got 63 days.
Yeah, I don't want to come back again. So
Thank you.
You see, we're not perfect up here.
Our next case, the new business case on page 2, Senior Inspector Alexander Morris, property address 3721 Riverland Road, owner Gale Investments, LLC, case number BE 25080223. Notice posted at the property on 1/23/2026, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the page?
2.
Bottom of page 2.
Bottom of page 2.
Yes.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for 1, kitchen renovation including appliance relocation, removal of kitchen partitions, electrical outlets outed. 2, sliding glass doors separating the enclosed porch and kitchen windows were removed. 3, alterations to the enclosed porch exterior wall to add new sliding glass door and removal of windows. 4, bathroom renovations. 5, new tankless water heater. 6, electrical panel relocated. Case was opened on 8/29/2025. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 9/9/2025. We are asking the board to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. Respondent is here to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Good morning. Nick Zagarola. I'm the attorney for Guyal Investments. I did speak with the inspector, I believe it was last Wednesday or Thursday, just went over what's going on. So they were cited. My client retained counsel in October. Application was made in December. It's come back for comment. I think the only things that are really pending are plumbing, mechanical, and electrical. I think the plumbing and mechanical have been addressed by the contractor. He's asking for clarification on what needs to be revised for the electrical. At an abundance of caution, we've asked for some extra time at the 119 days just because we're waiting for contractors to come back, and it's been my client's experience, although some of the subs are a little bit more responsive than others, we want to allow for enough time to address whatever needs to be done, because right now the electrical is, I'm not aware of the particulars of it, but I know the electrician is asking the city for some clarification on what they need to do in order to bring it into compliance. So we're working actively towards it. I've been in contact. I just signed on 5 days ago. My client was going to come here themselves, but there's a little bit of a language barrier, so they asked if I could come on their behalf.
So the client hired you to work this case for him, but in the meantime, he had done all this work on his own and basically got caught.
I think the client, not really. I think the client was just under some bad advice for some people that did work for them. These are longstanding clients of mine. I preferred, I didn't really want to come here because I thought we had an agreement. I didn't want to charge them to come down here. They're known for doing the right thing. As long as I've experienced it with them, I think they just got some bad advice on this thing. As soon as they were cited, they acted, as quickly as they could. The daughter runs the company for the father, who's a little older, and I don't know the particulars. I'm not going to sit and.
Okay, because my concern is that like something major like an electrical panel relocation, that's major. And now the walls are up, and how do we know that the electrical and the plumbing was done to code? I know that the inspectors will go and you'll hire engineers, but unless they open up walls, my concern mostly is the electrical panel. That's a major move.
I understand the concern. I do these things myself, not myself, but I do houses as well. So I understand that concern, and I think that's part of what they're asking for clarification on what needs to be done to remediate. Until that comes back, that's why we're asking for the additional time. Obviously, we're going to do what it takes to bring it into compliance. We just don't know what that threshold is at this point.
That's it.
Inspector, have they been communicating with you?
Yes, he communicated with me, like he said, a few days ago.
Okay. Well, prior to a few days ago, has there been any communication with him or the client?
I don't have that information here. Let me just check my notes real quick.
So, I like to make it 63 days, just so I want to see progress. 119, a lot could happen or nothing could happen. So,
I'd like to make it $100 a day. That's a major violations here.
The point of the 63 days is progress. I want to,
okay. You want to see the progress?
Yes, because it's not, you saying they got bad advice. You should know better that you need to get permits for, especially for electrical. And for me, it's a safety thing, just like you. So
exactly.
No, I agree. I think these are not absentee, but they're not active on-site property managers. So I understand. Again, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it, but it's not as intentional as it may seem on your side of the page. That being said,
right.
Progress
this is just to keep the ball rolling and see where you guys are. And if you need more time, you need more time.
Not a problem.
Okay, so I'm that we find for the city and the violations exist as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come to compliance by 4/28/2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Can I get a second? All right, motion on the table with a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Got 63 days.
Thank you. And just for clarification, if they do need more time, is that something we would address at
Come back
another
and see us
hearing,
in
or
63 days. Let us know where you're standing at. We'll talk more from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep in contact with these.
No, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 10, new business case, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 825 Northwest 61st Street, owner 825 Northwest 61st Street, LLC, case number BE 25090088.
Yeah.
Notice delivered via personal service to Delita Snivy, office manager, on 1/30/2026 at 1:15 p.m. Notice posted at 1 East Route Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits for a new fence and restriping of the parking lot. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Hi, good morning. My name is Suzette Mesa. I work with Infinity at your service, the contractor. I have a power of attorney representing for the owner. We already had closed the fence permit, and we're currently working on the restriping to go ahead and close it out.
Where are you standing at with that exactly?
It's waiting for the city right now.
So it's applied for?
Yes, everything's applied. We're just waiting for the city to give us back a response, and then we don't know we have to respond
When
back.
was the application sent into the city?
Back in November.
November?
Yes.
City? Any reason? Any reason why they?
Yes. Okay. So they sent it the first time. ATF returned it with corrections, and they were submitted. So they're okay.
Okay, but the resubmission was when? Back in November?
No. We applied in November.
You applied in November.
Yeah, and then
the city said that there were some issues, and then
we've been back and forth
Okay.
from November to now,
And
and we
s-
closed one of them, which was the fence, and now we're finishing the parking restriping.
But for the restriping, have you already sent that back into the city?
Yes, it's
Okay.
right now in review with the city.
And when was that?
We sent responses back, I think, last week.
Okay.
And it's in review right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Inspector,
I've been trying to push it. I was there yesterday, and they also tried to help me push it. So, they do what they can, and we're doing what we can.
Inspector, how much time are you recommending?
119 days.
I think that'd be sufficient, please.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
I'll second that.
I got a motion to the table with a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 119 days it is.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.
Our next case is on page, okay, not that one. Our next case is on page 12. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 2271 Northeast 68th Street. Owner, Imperial Point Colonnades Condo, Inc. Case number BE 25050013. This case was first heard on 9/23/2025 to comply by 1/27/2026. One section at $100 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/3/2026, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 2/10/2026. There's one extension noted.
Preston Mark, with the inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. There is a record of the plumbing permit being completed. However, the building permit is still in review. This involved an issue with a leak at a condominium, which the HOA is responsible for repairing the interior walls, including the plumbing, framing, and drywall. We've had several conversations with the property owner and the attorney for the HOA about this case. The respondent is here to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Hello, my name is Stuart Smith, and I'm an attorney for Imperial Point. I'm not the attorney that's been dealing with the inspector. However, I'm covering for that attorney. Our position is that we're requesting additional time. The situation on the property is that of course, the association is taking on the responsibility of repairing the leak that caused the damage to this individual unit. There was apparently a dispute about executing the permit application or actually payment of the permit application with a unit owner and the association. From what I understand, that is being resolved. And once that is resolved, we will complete the paperwork, file the paperwork with the city, the permit paperwork, and complete the job. So we're asking for an additional extension.
What's your definition of extension? How much time do you need?
Well, we would ask for 60 days.
So is the issue trying to figure out who's going to pay for it?
The issue is that the owner is disputing payment for the building fees. That's what I was told. And that my client has come up with some solution with them so that is going to be imminent, filing the paperwork that it needs to be done to finish the building, to finish the repair project.
I'm sorry, who was responsible for the repair? Was it the HOA or the condo
Yes,
owner?
I'm sorry to interrupt. The leak was from a common element from pipe, and it damaged this individual's unit. So the association, pursuant to its documents, was required to make the repairs. The complication has become that while the association is ongoing with the effort, is the captain of the ship, so to speak, the owner actually has to sign off on one of the aspects of one of the permits. I'm not exactly which one. And that owner, actually, according to the documents, the owner's responsibility. I should have thrown that in there. We asserted they had to pay. They disputed they had to pay. And there's been a resolution. I personally am not involved in that, but I was briefed to come today that there is a resolution to ask for more time so that we can get the payment in and get the permit done and finish the project, finish the repair project.
So the permit hasn't been applied for yet?
I believe the permit that's holding up the completion of the job, yes, I believe there are multiple permits. I'm kind of stepping into the middle of this, so I don't want to misspeak and say, shoot from the hip, ma'am. But I understand that that's the last aspect of this.
Okay, but you think it will be resolved in if you had about 60 days?
That was what was told to me before I came
Okay,
today.
so
Inspector, do we have any who was here last time? 'Cause I
It
remember
was a manager, I believe, the HOA manager.
the
lady.
HOA manager, and I think the mandatory reappearance wasn't for just anybody. I think we wanted the property owner here. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, because we had no it's a very confusing situation.
It sounds like people were just butting heads. The
We
HOA
were
and the
expecting
owner.
the owner of the unit. I was told the owner of the unit was going to be here today. I was expecting that person to be here today. Obviously, I don't represent that person, but that is the friction that caused this not to move as fast as it's supposed to.
Okay, but it sounds like you're coming towards the end and everything's going to be resolved.
When I spoke to my colleague last night, that was what was told to me.
So I move for a 63-day extension.
In a second.
Board, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Keep in mind that once the HOA has taken care of the issues that they are responsible for, the homeowner still has to finish the work in terms of getting the bathroom back to operable position. So I would want to push this out a little more to give him more time. Unfortunately, he told me he was going to show up, and he didn't.
Hold on, so has the actual owner been in contact with you at all?
Yes, yes.
Has he been fighting this, or has he been playing the game?
I believe there is some friction between the owner and the board, but I'm not involved in that.
I mean, what you just said is when the HOA is done, the owner still has to perform. So, I mean, that kind of going back to what Alex said, the owner should be here. I believe that we made that mandatory appearance for
But
the owner.
is the owner the one being the hurdle in the way of making it happen because he's not signing the paperwork?
That was what was told to me.
So the owner is creating the issue himself. So
Well,
he
it's
should
not
be
that he
there.
won't sign the paperwork. It's that the issue is over the payment for the paperwork. So
So we need to know why he's not signing the paperwork.
Why are we setting the condo board and not the owner for this at this point? We need to get him in here. It seems like the condo board is doing everything they can to get this done. So I want to give them an extension, but I think the owner needs to get brought in here. I don't know if there's a way that we can.
Is there a way to expand this to rope in the owner?
Well, we can give the HOA the 63-day extension and ask for a mandatory appearance for the owner.
From both
We did that
parties.
we just did that.
Are you able to find the owner separate from the condo association?
Not at this point.
That was my question, if the property owner and the HOA are jointly responsible, or is the work being compartmentalized so that the condo is responsible for this portion and then the owner another set
Correct.
of work?
If the If the condo association started incurring fines on behalf of the owner, would they just pass that down to the owner?
It would depend on the, yes, I mean, that's common sense, and typically under Florida Statute 718 governing this, that would be the path. I'm not aware of their documents specifically, because documents can vary from building to building. But yes, that would be the natural progression. Again, this is kind of a hybrid situation because we have this coordination situation with the unit owner. I mean, the association is doing what it's bound to do, which is repair, and we just have this dispute over, the final paperwork of who's going to pay for the permit. And the dispute is rooted in the fact that the unit owner is responsible for the interior repairs and therefore payment of the permit and signing the permit. But my client apparently has negotiated that issue away. I wish the unit owner were here so I could have more of a firsthand side stated to you from their side.
Inspector, has the unit owner applied for a permit for the work that they're responsible for?
No, he has not applied for any permits.
So is there a way that we can start a case just for the unit owner?
No, we cannot.
We can't. Okay.
And for the record, the property owner under Broward County policy doesn't need to sign the permit. The condo association doesn't need to sign the permit, nor does the unit owner. Unit owner doesn't need to sign the permit. Broward County has a policy that's county-wide that it's either the owner or the contractor. So if a contractor is involved in this case for the repairs, the contractor's signature is the only thing that's needed on the permit.
Right, and I believe the issue was the payment on that coming from the owner, and I think I mentioned that. So that's why we're asking for the extension, and I think that that's something that's that's what I was speaking about being resolved between my client and the owner.
Can I ask how much are the permit fees?
I don't have that number. I don't know.
At this point, it seems like a nickel holding up a dollar. Just pay the fees and then charge it back to the owner.
As I was sitting here, I came to that realization myself, sir. So I would request that nothing punitive be entered today. You give us the extension that we were discussing, and I will go back and counsel what you have just advised.
Well, as you mentioned, how do we get the owner? How do we get both parties here? That's what we need to do.
We don't. There's no authority at this point because the violation's already been found. It's already been found to exist as against the condo association. Condo association has already appeared, has not appealed the order, so this is a final order.
So they seem to be doing their due diligence and what they're supposed to be doing.
There are. I mean, we'll have to consider our options legally as far as what we're legally allowed to do to compel the owner to do what they're supposed to do, and the expense of that would be on the owner. That's an ancillary thing to what's going on here. It's really not your concern. Respectfully, I know that you don't care about that. You just want this done. But that is the backstory, and unfortunately, we're put in this kind of pickle here where we want to do the right thing, and we're just. If the owner were here, I'd have better clarity as to why we're not able to get to that finish line.
And I'm guessing that the permit fee is probably less than $200.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
So, penny-wise, not
matter. So we just recommended to go ahead and give you the 63-day. So I make a motion for a 63-day extension. Hopefully you can clean this up.
Yes, sir.
I get a second.
Carlos, I will second that.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You got 63 days.
Thank you for your time today.
Mr. Chair, if I could, before we're done.
Sure.
I've been advised by staff that no permit's been applied for.
No permits for what? From the HOA?
Yeah, no, nothing's been applied for.
Well, didn't you say that you haven't applied because no one's paid for it?
He did say that.
They were fighting it out.
Well, I thought he just said it was a payment issue, so there's...
They have to make the payment for the application.
Just for the record.
You can put in an application and
For the record, the plumbing permit was applied for. It has been completed. The building permit for the framing and drywall has not been submitted as yet.
And that's the interior of the unit where we have the...
So at a minimum, if they're saying that you could submit it without payment? Are you allowed to do that, or you have to pay once you submit?
You can pay an architect.
You can submit without paying, I'm advised.
So
You just have to pay before the permit's issued.
okay. So go ahead and get that submitted at least, and then you guys could figure out who's going to pay for it.
Yes, sir. Anything else? That's it. Thank you for your time.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 17, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 2711 Southwest 20th Street, case number BE 25050167, owner Nigel Vieira. Notice posted at the property on 12326, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 2/24/2026. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. The property was cited for a violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permits, for garage enclosure, exterior wall opening alteration, formwork and steel rebar installation at the front of the house, and detached structure at the rear of the house. The respondent is here to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record. Hit the button. Hit the button. There we go.
Nigel Vieira, I'm the property owner.
Hey.
Hi. So,
Where are we standing at?
I'm sorry?
Where are we standing at? You're the lawn guy, right?
No.
Okay, someone else I'm thinking of, sorry.
So the rebar has been removed from the front of the house. The last general contract that I had, it's been a mess. Basically he told me, we're going to put this rebar in, do the inspection, move on. And, he told me he had all these permits. I've been waiting. He did not get his insurance up to date. I just put in for a change of contractor. I had to hire a new architect. I emailed Inspector Alvarez the new plans. We were supposed to do a big addition in the front. I'm not doing that now. Now I'm just doing a small addition to the garage enclosure that was turned into a room. Just want to state for the record that was already turned into a room when I bought the house. I bought the house last year. I closed in April, moved into the house around June. I'm asking for another 120 days. I just got pretty much the architectural plans done. But we've removed the rebar. We've opened up the windows. We're addressing the structure in the back. I think probably this week we'll have the plans done. I've already paid the architect. I'm really just right now trying to find the right contractor. I mean, it's been very tough. I've been quoted some very egregious, prices. I had a contractor yesterday tell me he wanted 150 a day. It's insane. And I can't get any type of clear scope of work. I'm hoping that I did find the right person. I'm still doing my due diligence. Again, I have the architect that I do plan on moving forward with. I have retained him. I'm asking for 120 days just to get the right contractor, get these plans finished up, and this is my first house, and it's been a nightmare for me and my wife.
Inspector, has he been in contact with you?
Yes.
Have you asked your architect for any recommendations on contractors? Usually they have some guys.
I did. And, he kind of gave me, this answer like, look, I can't vouch for these people.
The plans state that about their drawings.
Exactly. He's like, I can do the drawings, but just deploying manpower, you're kind of on your own with that when dealing with, contractors down here in South Florida. And it's been very tough. My brother-in-law works for DBPR, and we're planning on opening a case against the last general contractor because this has been.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to give you the 119 days.
Alex Schneider, I'll second it.
All right, motion with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Have it 19
Good luck.
days.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 11, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1619 Northwest 14th Ave, case number BE 251-00265, owner Fennell Antoine. Notice posted at the property on 1/28/2026, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Martinez, on
morning,
behalf of the
everyone.
city,
1 second, sir.
presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits for an accessory structure on the south side of the property. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Fenel Antoine, Fenel Antoine.
And you are the owner, correct?
1619 Northwest Virginia.
All right, good. All right.
And
What say you?
pardon me?
What say you?
City of Lauderdale.
No.
And I've been in the city since 1982. This is my first trouble.
Let us know what you...
What's going on?
Yeah, what are you working on?
Sorry.
Well, Inspector can tell you what trouble and I am. But that trouble will be resolved before the time he give it to me.
How's the progress with it? Have you been working to fix this issue?
I admitted that because without him, I would never know. Without an inspector, I would never know I make a mistake on that. So that will be fixed.
Inspector, how's the
before
progress
time.
going?
So he hasn't started working on it, but I think he's going to remove it before the 119 days.
So it's a demolition issue.
Sorry?
It's a demolition issue,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. All right, board. What say you?
What's recommended draw time?
119 days.
I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and we order the property owner to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per violation per day would be imposed and recorded.
That will be dismissed.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, got a motion and a second on the table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
119 days, my good man.
Yep, good luck.
Thank you.
Could we take a 5-minute break? 5-minute break, guys.
'24 Southwest 30. This is on page
page
2.
two.
Page 2, a new business case. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 1524 Southwest 32nd Court. Case number BE 2508-0188. Owner Sharon Botcher. Notice posted at the property on 12326, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 21026. It's a new business case.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for windows and exterior doors, interior alteration including kitchen and bathroom remodel, alteration/enclosure to rear porch including alterations to exterior walls and roof structure and roof covering. The case was opened on 8/25/2025. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 8/27/2025. Revised inspection report, including porch enclosure, was mailed to the property owner on 9/5/2025. We are asking the board to find a violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. Respondent is here to speak.
That button. Hit the button. There we go. State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Nehemiah Sapir, I'm the property manager, and this is Sharon, the owner.
All right. So what's going on, guys?
We are in the process of getting permits. And it takes time with the city, whatever, but we have the plans ready, and we are back and forth with the city in the process of getting the permit.
Have you been in touch with the inspector?
We spoke with him.
I spoke to him once, right?
Yes.
In the beginning, and then hired an architect. And I think we're already in the seat. Right?
I have here the process number, the permit number, if you need.
So permits have already been applied for.
Correct.
Okay.
We started by the end of December. That's the beginning of January with the city. It's going.
And
back
when was the work completed?
Huh?
When was the work done? The work was done quite some time ago.
When was it, like July?
When it was finally finished.
Okay. In the future, apply for the permits before you do the work.
Yeah.
All right. So your recommendation is 119 days, right?
Yes.
All right, board.
Should I go ahead? I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
All right. Thank you.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, got a motion with the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 119 days.
From today.
From today. From this very date.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 15, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. I'm sorry, 16. Property address 572 West Dayton Circle. Owner Annis and Louis Fabian. Case number BE 2505-0095. Notice posted at the property on 123/2026. Excuse me. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 2/24/2026. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, updating your case number and address is read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit regarding a garage enclosure. This case is not complied. A permit application was submitted on 9/29/2025. It's been awaiting client's replies since previous hearing. Record shows no progress since last hearing. The respondent is here to speak.
State your name and your relation to the property for the record.
Anise Fabian. I'm the owner.
Okay, so what's the holdup here? What are we waiting on? What's
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that an application was put in for a permit. Once the work order was stopped, I spoke with the contractor here. He got with his engineer. They came out, did some drawings, took pictures, and that's all I know. So I don't know what's going on.
So it seems, according to the inspector, they're waiting for a response from you. There might be a communication issue.
A response from me.
So the permit, the way the process works is they submit the permit package. It gets reviewed by each of the disciplines, and if they have comments, they'll let the contractor know. In this situation, there's a whole list of issues with building, mechanical, zoning, and electrical. I think the contractor, when we were speaking earlier today, he informed me that there's an issue with the setback, possibly the garage is encroaching, and I think that's one of the comments.
I have no idea. I do not know anything. When he applied for the permit, that was that. Like I said, he came out with his engineer. They took pictures, did drawings, and I haven't heard anything since then. Now, I do talk with Gino on a regular, and he keeps telling me that, we're waiting on the permit. I did call the city, and I can't remember the person that I spoke to, but he did tell me that there were a lot of violations and fees that needed to be paid on this, and I was explaining to Gino what was going on, and I don't know, from that point, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, and so, Gino, you're the contractor to file these permits, correct?
Yes.
So what's going on?
Well, I did everything I did, but I haven't donors, this guy here, they tell me, they know they're supposed to have a 25 feet.
Yeah.
Right, he's 20 feet.
Okay.
Right, they don't want to give me the permits to finish. But they told me you need a barrier. I don't know. I can explain it too good.
Okay.
They go to the barrier, and they give me the application. I give it to her, and they say they got to fill it up and notarize everything.
Yeah.
Right? I said the people that did make a decision is a grandpa, whatever it is.
Yeah.
For 5 feet, they can say no, that. But I give it up if she don't want to fill it up the application.
It wasn't an application.
But I don't know if at this point I come here and they stop me. I did everything in the book.
Yeah.
I got a plan, I got a review, I got a tree review. I did that, but the only one, this they don't give me okay.
Inspector, can you give us some clarity on what the actual holdup is on this? Can you have that?
Yes. So they are.
Specifics on the comments from the city.
Okay, so I'm going to try to read here. Building, there's issues with the natural lighting. Code requires there needs to be minimum natural lighting and ventilation. There's cross-section details issues that are missing. There's some issues with the masonry reinforcement. NOAs, notice of acceptance, are missing. Apparently there's elevation plans with the elevations is missing. There's framing details that are missing. Zoning is requesting a survey. He's got a site plan, but this zoning needs an actual survey. There's encroachment issues. There's 3 electrical issues. Meaning we are missing electrical plans, and so on.
So this seems like it's not even close to being resolved.
Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's no electric, no plumber, no air condition. All right, they want to do playroom. They want to close. They have they put just like storage or something. All that. They have electric. It's just electric. It's just no plumber, no bathroom, nothing. And now it's stopping me the job. I can't continue. And I did everything they're telling me to do. Plan, I got the plan here, everything. I submitted the copy of the plan. And they say to me, I can't do nothing.
So
what
it's
is it
yeah.
that we need to do? I'm sorry.
So I think
bunch of
what
stuff.
you need to do is get with the inspector, and he could kind of guide you of what needs to be done. Because it seems there's a lot. There's a lot of things that need to be corrected.
Yeah, I mean,
How
are you,
can I get this? How can I get this paperwork showing what needs to be done? Because I was told by whoever it was I spoke over at the city that the engineer or the contractor can go on to the city website or
Lauderdale.
something and look that information up and see what all the violations are. And I was telling him that he has to get with his person because I can't access it. I don't.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
you can access it,
access
public
it.
record. Yes, you can.
Yes,
yeah.
you can.
Okay.
You can. It's
Ma'am,
public
did you
record.
did you buy this property like this, or did you do these repairs?
I'm sorry?
Did you do these repairs, or did you buy the property?
Well, it's
like
not
this?
repairs. It's a legal enclosure without permit.
Yeah. Did you do that? Did
Yeah.
you do the enclosure?
Well, I had him to do the garage because I wanted to do a sunroom at first. But then my nieces are down here, so I said, let's just turn it into a playroom. Wasn't aware that I needed a permit to close off the garage because it was just going to be a playroom. So being that I knew Gino from a mutual friend, she said, well, he can do it. So he came over, took a look, took measurements or whatever, and that was that. So
Unfortunately, you do need permits to do this type of conversion.
Yeah,
I would say get with the inspector, have an open conversation with him, see what the next steps are. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Maybe it might be just easier to go back to a garage, but that's going to be up to you. So for the argument of progress, I say a 91-day extension.
What's the city recommended? 91 days?
Up to the board.
Okay. We got a motion table for 91-day extension. Any seconds?
To be honest, there's no way. They don't even understand what they've got to do.
No, I know, but I want to come back in at least 91 days and 3 months to see where they're at in the process.
And at the end of the day, it's not necessarily incumbent upon the property owner to fully understand all of these comments. She needs to work through her general contractor, and it seems sitting here that they're not really communicating well, so she either sticks with the contractor that did the work illegally or pick a new one.
No, I understand that, but it seems also that the contractor and the city seem to not understand each other either.
Well, the city understands exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Because the city promulgated those comments, as the senior inspector said 3 months ago. So I think the general contractor doesn't seem to understand, because if it's a playroom and he's saying that it has no electrical or mechanical, it has to have electrical and mechanical in it.
Right. He's saying there's no plumbing. And it just seems to be a lot of miscommunication.
Well, I mean, one of the comments was mechanical, like they need ventilation, they need a window in there.
Right,
like,
right.
So, I don't know what
You're
you're
going
saying,
to need
there's no
electrical
mechanics.
outlets. I mean, the
Ma'am-
general contractor should understand that. If
Ma'am-
I understand it, he should understand it.
Ma'am,
No, I understand that too.
You said that that you had hired on an engineer to help doing work.
No, he did.
Okay, but that engineer is actually through him working for you. You might want to sit down and ask him for some advice.
I can't even get in touch with the person.
Can you give her the information?
The language barrier is. No, he's talking about the engineer, your guy that's supposed to be doing whatever it is he's supposed to be doing.
Because he might be able to give you better counsel of what to do. You know,
So
it's a big problem. It's not a small problem.
Let's, we have a
No, I
motion
see
on the
what you're
table for
saying.
a 91-day extension.
No, I see
We're just
what
going around in
you're
circles
saying.
here.
The main issue that's holding you up is you do need a variance, because that was on there. There seems to be an issue with the variance.
It's part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it, and then proceeding with all the other comments, you do need to address this one issue, otherwise there's no point. I think I understand what he's trying to say, is there's no point. If you can't get the variance, then why would I address all these other comments, right?
Okay, so the first cog in the wheel is to find out if the variance will be approved or not. So a variance application has to be applied for, and then from the result of that moves you forward with the rest of the permits. So that's step one. Okay. So that has to happen. So are you going to work with her to get the application for the variance?
She got the application. I give you the application.
I do not have the application. I asked Lorraine about the
Hey,
application.
we're just going around in circles here.
so-
We have a motion on the table for 91 days. Can I get a second?
Alex Schneider will second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, you got 91 days.
Gino, you need to
Work
explain
it
to her
out.
what's going on.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You need to talk to the inspector also directly, I think, it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah, I met with
Do
the
you have-
contractor.
Do you have a card?
Yes,
or
ma'am.
Is this you here?
No, I'll give you my own card.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is everything.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Huh?
Very well.
I can go on the website and pull up all this stuff that needs
I
to
can
be-
fill up the application. You gotta fill it up. Submit everything.
Thank you. Work together.
All right. I like the finish. You know, I mean, to get away.
Our,
Yeah.
our next case is on page 13. You too. Is on page 13.
Yeah.
Senior Inspector Jose Patagusti, property address 2760 Southwest 2nd Court, case number BE 2407-0185. Owner Paula Timothy. This case was first heard on 3/25/2025 to comply by 9/23/2025. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/6/2026. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 2/10/2026. There are 2 extensions noted.
Sorry. Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. I have been in contact with the general contractor. Due to the severe weather condition, he's in Virginia, and he will back in town this week. He will remove the piece of the driveway. He will remove it in next week. I will let the respondent to speak.
State your name in relation to property for the record.
My name is Paula Timothy, 2760 Southwest 2nd Court. I was here, last month? Okay.
So where are we standing at?
Yes, sir?
Where are we standing at? What's
I'm
new?
We're going to take care of this. In Jesus' name. Okay. The last time I was here, I told y'all I was taking care of it. I did take care of it. The first time I came here, I told y'all Tim Phillips at the city of Fort Lauderdale told me take off 20 feet from where it was. If y'all could bring up the picture of my property, I have it on my phone, or we could watch the camera at my house right now, and I'll show you all what I'm talking about. I did that. Then I came back here again. Mr. Jose wanted the other little piece taken care of. I did that same day I was here. Okay? It already cost me over $2,000. Now, he talking about the other piece, which was there over 20 years ago. Mr. Jose, you remember? When I called you, I asked you if you want me to take off everything. You said no, the little piece would remain. That's what you wanted me to take care
Yes,
of.
you have only one piece with permit. The other part, you can apply for it.
That's the piece right there you want me to take out. So we're going to fix this problem. I already went shopping, but y'all got to give me 3 months. I'm going to redo the whole thing all over.
3 months.
I need $10,000. They asked me for $40,000.
Inspector, what's remaining here to get this all resolved?
Which is the area is around 20 by 10.
Just removal of concrete, right?
Yes.
That's not a $10,000 job.
No, it's not. I'm going to redo the whole...
We don't care about your future plans and we're doing. We just need to get this particular case
But
resolved
the
here.
one what he want me to take off
Yeah.
is the one what was there 20 years ago.
Okay.
You want me to take that out?
The only part it can remain is the stamped concrete. That is the original.
Mm-hmm.
There is another part next to that you added. I don't know when.
Let me show you. I already did.
No need to show.
If you want to maintain that one, you need to apply for a permit. If you don't have permit, you need to remove it. There are two options. Or apply for this piece of permit, or remove it. That's it. It's not third option.
But the one which you want me to remove, that's the one which was 20 years ago.
Listen, only one party has permit. The stamp concrete.
Yes, that's what I'm
So-
trying to show
so-
you. I already removed it.
The-
I want to show you on my phone live.
Listen,
camera.
I've been there. I inspect the property, and it's a remaining part that you added. I don't know when. You need to remove it and leave the original part only.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to show you live on my phone. I already did that.
You didn't call me to let me know, and I
When-
need
when-
to inspect
when
the
was it
property.
removed?
The same day I came here.
Have you been back to the property inspector since the
No,
last
after
meeting?
that, you didn't tell me, let me
Yeah,
know that
I
you
remove
remove
it.
it. I
So-
don't know.
so
It
even-
sounds like a communication breakdown here.
So if something has been removed, you have to
Yes,
let
I
him.
have it
No, I know, but because of this, you have to let the inspector know so he can come in and make sure that it's been removed. Just because it's your word versus him, his. He has to be able to see it, and then he can
Yeah.
sign off on it. So I would suggest have him come over, see if all the work has been correctly done,
Yeah.
and then hopefully we could close this out. And otherwise, he could advise.
Yes.
I make a motion for a 28-day extension, but within 28 days, you should be able to have this meeting.
Okay.
Can I get a second?
Okay, Mr. Jose.
Yeah, Alex Schneider will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You need to make arrangements for the inspection. We're going to close it out.
Okay, thank you. You can
Thank
see it
you.
right now on my phone.
No, he's got to.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jose is going to prioritize it.
Okay, that concludes our respondents. So going back to page 1, Inspector Jimmy Lugo, property address 171 Florida Ave, case number BE 25110014, owner Princess L. Dagger, Virginia Williams, notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Jimmy Lugo, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: an aluminum black fence with 2 gates installed without the proper permit. The case was opened on 11/4/2025. Inspection report was sent on 11/06/2025, and the code board hearing was scheduled on 1/6/2026. On November the 5th, 2025, I inspected the property at 171 Florida Avenue in response to a complaint alleging that a fence was installed without the permit. At the time of my investigation, I was able to observe a black aluminum fence with 2 gates already installed. Comparing photos during my visit to the property and photos from the BCPA record and the city permitting history, I confirmed that no permit has been issued for the fence installed. This activity constitutes a violation of local permitting regulation. So the city is requesting the code board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or fine $50 per day thereafter.
Inspector, has there been any contact with the homeowner?
I tried 2 times. I even called the contractor yesterday, but no response.
Can I get a motion?
Yeah. I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by, maybe I'll move it up, April 28th, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded, and a mandatory appearance at the April 28th meeting.
You have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
H3, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1417 Southwest 33rd Court, case number BE 25100256, owner Zaga LLC, Notice posted at the property on 1/30/2026. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for a violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit for concrete driveway inside property line and on the right-of-way. Case was opened on 10/23/2025. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 10/24/2025. We're asking the board to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Some pictures here.
Any contact with the homeowner?
We had communication with the homeowner, yes. Well, it's more like a company.
Uh-oh. Do you think we need to do like a mandatory appearance or anything?
Did they speak to you why they didn't come today?
No.
So the driveway that's in the right-of-way, does that have to be removed because it's in the right-of-way, or just a variance applied for?
No, well, that's actually the approach, the approach portion of the driveway sits outside the property line.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Got it.
What's your recommendation?
119 and 50. All right.
Got a motion?
I move that we fine for, I'm sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, what's going on with these photos, guys?
Yeah, I was just going to address that. For some reason, the file seems to be encrypted. We can't open it.
Oh, there we go. Don't worry, we have a backup here.
I'll continue with the motion. I move that we fine for the city and the violations exist and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or fine the amount of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
In a second.
That's not them.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hold on, let's wait then. Let's let this photograph circulate.
Our next case is
Oh,
I'm sorry.
We're not done yet, sorry.
One more.
Sorry, guys, didn't mean to rush y'all. And so, any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 3. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 4250 Gulf Ocean Drive, 9M. Case number BE 25090191. Owner, Corrented General Contracting, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/2026. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case I was reassigned. It was originally Russell Castile's case. He's temporarily not with us at the moment. So I'm going to read this case as he wrote it off. This property was cited for violation of the Florida Building Code 2023 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to an interior remodel. This case was opened on 9/24/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 10/17/2025. Code board was scheduled on 12/9/2025. After previously posting a courtesy notice on the door, I received a call from the owner, his name is Argentino, concerning the unpermitted work that had been done in this unit. Russell made an appointment with Argentino. I accompanied Russell to this appointment with Russell, and we spoke with him at his unit 9M. Since then, he's had permits in for his structural, his electrical, and plumbing. They've been applied for. As of now, he has the electrical and building are awaiting permit issuance, and he's still waiting on his plumbing, where he's got a couple corrections. So he's working at that at the moment, actually. He's down trying to fix that now. The city's requesting the code board to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
So, Inspector, so this work was done by the tenant without the owner's
No, he's a contractor,
Oh,
this
okay.
guy.
Okay, got it.
And he started doing everything, and then he's having a bout with the HOA, and they called in on him, and he's trying to legalize everything that he did.
Gotcha.
I move that we find for the city in violation exists alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, got a motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Page 4, property address 4250 Gulf Ocean Drive, 10C.
Got him again.
Case number BE 25090219. Owner, Corrente General Contractor, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/2026. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
You were busy in that building that day, huh?
Yeah. Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This is the same owner. He owns this unit as well. His name is Argentino. This property was cited for violation on the Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to another interior model. This case was opened on 9/29/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 10/14/2025, and code board was scheduled on 12/9/2025. This again was Russell's case. So Russell was contacted by phone from the building's HOA president, the property manager, that work was currently being done to Unit 10C. So Russell visited this property with Building Inspector Severi and Ionescu, and they went up to the building. They were accompanied to the unit with the HOA president and the property manager. After knocking on the door, the workers opened the door, and they were informed that all work must stop. Russell issued a stop work order. Severian took photos, and they posted a stop work order on the front door. The workers understood that at their request and gathered their belongings and left the unit. Since then, permits have been issued for the structural, electrical, and plumbing. They're issued. The only permit that's left is the mechanical. There's the mechanical has, it's awaiting client reply. It's something with the permit application and the qualifier. So he's working on that as well. The city is requesting the code board to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance, or $50 a day thereafter.
Yes, same thing. So I move that we find for the city in the violation exists as alleged, and we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, motion with a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes.
At the bottom of page 4, Inspector Severian Ionescu, property address 3100 Northeast 49th Street, case number BE 25090104. Owner, Royal Mariner of Fort Lauderdale, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited under violation of Florida Building Code 105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to multiple electrical alterations on around the perimeter of the dock wall, new conduits, new electrical outlets, breaker panel alterations, switches and conduits installed, removal of a fire department stem pipe and sign on the north side of the building, installation of the new condensate line, installation of new light fixtures in the manager's office. This case was opened on September 12th. The inspection report was sent on November 15. Code board hearing was scheduled on December 9. During a recent visit, prompted by a neighbor complaint, it was observed that the management company is conducting unauthorized construction work without the requiring permits. The following violations were noted. Front northeast side, removal of the fire department stem pipe, removal of the signage labeled building stem pipe FTC only, installation of a condensate line along the base of the wall, installation of new electrical conduits and wire chases, addition of new outlets and switches, alteration of circuit panel and service breakers. During a second visit conducted alongside Inspector Gabia, we observed what appears to be a junction box or a disconnected device with exposed wires hanging loose. At the time of the inspection, workers were actively doing cleanup in the immediate vicinity. The city is requesting the code board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Mr. Chair, if I could amend.
Yes, ma'am.
If I can amend the inspector's request, this gives me grave concern. I was just showing the chief about the removal of a fire department.
I was just going to say that too. That's an NFPA violation.
And I was looking, there's hundreds of units in this building. There's nobody present. I would suggest a much shorter time frame and a much higher fine. So I would suggest that we ask 28 days because not in addition to the removal of the fire department standpipe, there's all these electrical violations that could certainly be life safety. And I'd ask for a $500 a day fine.
That's what we're going with. So is there any water protection right now in that building?
From what I gather from the management company, they're saying that this was an abandoned stem pipe. They do have one on the other side of the building, but this one was completely removed. So,
but it still has to be put through the fire department.
Yeah, nobody.
Even though they should be on fire watch if there's no protection on there. Do we have the capability?
The board can certainly recommend that, and I can certainly email the fire chief and advise him of this situation. I agree it's very serious.
I agree that the fire inspection department definitely needs to be involved in this so they could send someone out to review.
Carlos, you have something to say?
Okay, yeah. So I move that we find the violation was not complied.
No, this is new business.
So new business. So okay, how we would. Okay, I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property order to come into compliance by March 24, 2026, and a fine of $500 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
And maybe in order to reappear as well.
And a mandatory reappearance. Let's put that motion.
What about your fire watch thing? Is that something?
That's going to be a second motion.
Oh, we got a motion on the table. Can I get a second?
I'll second that one.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously.
Okay, and then I want to put another motion in to have the fire department to see if they need to be put under a fire watch.
All right. Can I get a second on that?
Alex Snyder, second it.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. All right.
And who's going to contact the fire department for their inspection department to go out there and review this?
I'm emailing him right now.
Perfect. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
The ball's in motion.
I got Steve's number here too.
You said to have the fire department. We need it for administration.
To have a fire marshal to inspect to see there's no standpipe, there's no water protection, then they need to have a mandatory fire watch at the
Fire watch. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you. Okay, at this time we're going to move to page 14. Property address 204 Southwest 19th Ave. Owner Bart and Lisa Florida LLC. Case number BE 2502-0188. Notice posted at the property on 2/6/2026. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 7/22/2025 to comply by 11/13/2025. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez, updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. The case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
State your name in relation to the property for the record.
My name is Hilda Garcia. I represent the owner.
Right,
we are expediting the permits. We've been stuck in your city for 4 months trying to get this process through. We went through a private provider, which our permits are already approved, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, structure, architecture. We're just stuck in the permitting process, allowing the city to approve that process. And unfortunately, this is the first time I processed in your city, and we submitted the entire package, but we left out the application for the electrical and the plumbing. So we did get a notification after 4 months dealing with the application process. We got a notification that we needed to submit those 2 applications before the master was approved. So our documentation is already approved. We're just getting those two applications approved, in which already they're inside the city.
Inspector, have they been in contact with you?
Yes, and the city will not post to a 63-day extension.
63 is what you're saying? All right, can I get a motion, guys?
Move for a 63-day extension.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 63 days.
Awesome. Is that for the final of the entire project or just obtaining the, I mean, all the work is done. This is the legalization, but I want to know.
To close out the case.
To close out the case, is it a
No,
approved permit?
Approved
Yeah,
permit.
Not all inspections are done?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. All right. No, we should be done within the next week or two.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Back to page 5 at the bottom. Inspector Severian Nescu, property address 1348 Southwest 30th Street. Owner Andrew and Tabitha Holland, case number BE 251-00061. Notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026, posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Severian Ionescu, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited in the violation of Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to a driveway and shed. This case was opened October 3rd. The inspection report was sent on October 10th. Code board hearing was scheduled on December 9th. Following a complaint about an unpermitted driveway, I conducted a site visit and observed that a new driver has been installed recently. Upon reviewing our system, I found that a previous permit had been issued for a gravel driveway. The newly installed driveway is different from what was originally permitted. During my inspection, I also observed a shed located on the back of the property that appears to have been built without a permit. No permits are applied for this work at this time. The city is requesting that the code board find that a violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Inspector, have they been in contact with you?
No.
Have you?
One time.
Are they playing ball or what?
They contacted me when I wrote the violation, and
Yeah.
afterwards I didn't hear from them.
All right, guys, what say you?
I move that we fine for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that you order the property owners to come to compliance by, I want to move that up to the date to April
Good,
28th,
thank you.
2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded, and a mandatory appearance at the April 28th meeting.
Perfect, I'll second that.
All right, guys, good motion on the table.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. What was it, 60, 91?
No, 63.
63, the motion to appear.
April 28th, and a $50 a day mandatory appearance.
63
With
days.
mandatory appearance.
Moving on to page 7, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 2121 East Commercial Boulevard. Owner East Commercial Oaks Propco LLC, case number BE 251100026. Notice delivered via personal service to Jason Herrera, Director of Maintenance, on 1/28/2026 at 1:17 p.m. Notice posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.4.1. For aluminum front door removed. The case was opened November 9, 2025, and scheduled for a hearing December 24, 2026. 2025, sorry. There are permit in process for that. We are asking the board to find that violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Has the property owner been in contact with you?
Not really. Not really.
Any
I left a message to them, to the property manager, because it's a building, but they didn't.
Have they applied for any permits at all?
Yes.
They have applied for a permit?
Yes.
Okay.
February 11th.
Okay. All right, guys, what say you?
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come to compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $100 per day per violation will be imposed or recorded, and a mandatory appearance at the June 23rd meeting.
You have a second?
Carlos Light seconds on it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, board, you'd like to take a break to get
Lunchtime.
lunch? Yes.
Sweet.
Thank you. Our next case is at the bottom of page 7. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1330 Southeast 11th Street. Case number BE 251-00063. Owner Charles and Brooke Poole. Notice posted at the property on 1/23/2026. Posted at 1 East Brow Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Yep, bottom of 7. Man, fancy house.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied.
Oh, nice. Yay! Our job is done.
With my magic wand.
Page 8 at the top, property address 645 Northwest 15th Ave. Owner, Hospitality Estate LLC. Case number BE 251-00245. Notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026. Posted at 1 East Brow Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-11.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling has been changed from the originally permitted classification as a triplex to a fourplex without obtaining the required permits and certificate of occupancy. It was also cited for Building Code 2023-105.1. This building was illegally altered and the construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits, including the remodel of the kitchen, bathrooms, on all the units, in addition to installing new AC split systems and gate and fence. The case was opened 10/22/2025, inspection report mailed 10/24/2025, and code board notice mailed 12/9/2025. I visited this property and investigated the complaint as noted and met with one of the tenants who gave me access to the property. During my inspection, I observed that an electrical service was changed, and also the fact that one of the panels was servicing 2 units, which was considered unsafe. The FPL was contacted, and they addressed the matter by removing one of the meters. During my inspection, I also visually observed that several of the units were remodeled, including kitchen and bathrooms. The unit number 3 of this building was also converted into 2 units by the installation of a partition wall. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Inspector, have they been in contact with you?
I have been in touch with the contractor. He's been working through the process. Apparently, the tenants have vacated the property, and they're in the process of getting plans drawn up to rehab to remodel the property back to its original condition.
How much time are you recommending?
119.
All right, can I get a motion, guys?
I move that we fine for the city and the violations exist as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50, $100 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
I get a second.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Property address 1000 River Reach Drive. Owner River Reach Inc.
Sorry.
Go
ahead.
Well, motion to add a mandatory appearance at the June 23rd hearing.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes. All right. Thanks.
Property address 1000 River Reach Drive, owner River Reach Inc., case number BE 251100160. Notice posted at the property on 1/23/2026, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Person marked Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address is read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1. The building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the installation of an AC unit on the penetration of the CMU wall to install a venting system for this unit in the elevator room at the lobby of the building. The case was opened 11/20/2025. Inspection report made 11/24/2025, and case board notice mailed 1/27/2025. I visited this property to investigate the complaint. As noted, I also recently spoke with the property manager, who indicated that he's in the process of getting permits for this. However, to date, I see no permits pulled for this work. The city is requesting that the board find that the violation exists and grant the property owner 91 days to come in compliance or fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Inspector, can you clarify what a CMU wall means exactly?
A concrete wall.
Is that
Concrete masonry.
Is any particular would them punching a hole through it constitute a particular hazard, safety hazard?
Not necessarily. It's just that it was done without permits, and it would need duct work to be installed for that system to be installed correctly.
I see two major issues there. One, there should, if you make an opening in a wall like that, there needs to be some type of a lintel or header to hold the block above the opening. And two, if it's going into a elevator room or something like that, that's usually a fire-rated wall, and so you need fire damper on that or something to stop the smoke and fire to go back and forth.
Yes, agreed.
Because that's definitely a fire-rated room.
When was the last time you spoke to the HOA manager?
A week or so ago.
When did he first promise you progress?
Probably weeks after this case was opened.
Which was back in December,
was back
right?
in November.
November, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Board would say somebody.
Okay. What are you recommending, Inspector?
91 days and $100 a day thereafter.
I'd like to bump it up a little bit.
Bump it up, yeah. I mean, it's
yeah,
rock and roll, man.
Yeah, let's get. I mean, this is a hefty violation there. Let's go and make a motion for the city and the violations as alleged. We order the property owner to come into compliance by March 24th, 2026, and the fine of amount of $100 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded, and a mandatory appearance.
Alex Schneider, I'll second that.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
I want to put another motion. Can we get the fire department to go if they're, to come check that out, see if they need to do any additional assessment?
Well, I think for the building department, I think the fire dampener situation, that's part of the mechanical and building code, not so much a fire, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a building code to have a fire dampener through a fire wall.
Thank you.
Property address, page 9, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 1450 Miami Road, owner ACS 1450 LLC, case number BE 25110057. Notice posted at the property on 1/23/2026, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Yep.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits. For multiple units have been fully remodeled, including electrical, mechanical, and plumbing. The area beneath the staircase was enclosed. The fire extinguisher was moved. The city will request 190 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Has the respondents been in contact with you?
Yes, and permits have been applied.
What about the fire extinguishers? They put those back?
Not yet. The fire extinguisher was below the staircase.
I mean, that's
So-
not hard to put up on the wall, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you recommended?
119 days or $50 a day thereafter.
All right, guys, what say you?
I move that we fine for the city in the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come into compliance by, what was it, 6/23/2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation when we posed and recorded.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Was there any
Passes.
communication with the homeowner? I'm sorry.
Hold on, second.
Should we add a mandatory appearance? Yeah, let me go, motion for a mandatory appearance at the June 23rd hearing.
Got a second?
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? All right, another one that passed unanimously.
Property address 1418 Northwest 11th Street, owner Castle Funmeyer, case number BE 251-00156. Notice posted at the property on 1/26/2026, posted at 1 East Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits for bathroom and kitchen renovation, recessed lights all around the house, carport was enclosed, and a new metal gate. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Has the respondent been in contact with you?
Yes, and they already applied for some of the permits.
All right, so they're playing ball. Okay. Board?
Alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by, what was it, June 23rd? Was it 119? Or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Can I get a
Carlos
second?
Lang seconds that.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes.
Moving on to page 10 at the top, property address 2821 Southwest 3rd Court, case number BE 2509-0188, owner Melin Gonzalez Alfonso, notice posted at the property on 1/30/2026, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits for new windows and doors and a new metal fence. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I've been in contact with the owner. The windows and door is already complied, and the new metal fence permit, I think it's only missing the payment.
All right. I move that we fine for the city in violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come to compliance by June 23rd, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes.
Property address 2648 Northeast 37th Drive, case number BE 251-00181, owner Christopher David Valletta, Liliana Andrea Gil Valletta. Notice posted at the property on 1/28/2026, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits. There's a structure built at the back of the property. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Any contact with the homeowner?
Yes, I received, I think, an email on November last year, but no permits have been applied for yet.
You said November?
November.
All right, so you said 119 days. I think we should go a little bit.
Yeah, 63.
Maybe 28.
28? All right,
Yeah, man, this is started in November.
Yeah. I move that we fine for the city in the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by March 24th, 2026, or a fine of $50 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded. A mandatory appearance at the March 24th hearing.
Good stuff. Can I get a second?
Carlos Lang seconds that.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes.
Moving on to page page 14, property address 2601 Southwest 13th Ave, Owner ALF Heroes LLC, case number BE 240700087. Notice posted at the property on 1/23/2026, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 3/25/2025 to comply by 7/22/2025. 2 sections at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is still not in compliance. The last contact that I have is November 12th. The permits are applied for, and the last correction submitted was 2/18. So it was
Last week?
Yes.
Have they been, you said they've been talking to you since November.
Yeah.
What kind of, do you know the nature of the last correction? Is it something major, or is it something?
There are corrections in plumbing, mechanical, building, and flood.
And they submitted responses to all of it?
Yes.
So right now the ball's in the city's court?
Yes.
Okay. What do you recommend?
Well, this case is
It's been coming up on a year now.
almost 2 years.
2 years?
This is 24. Year and a
No,
half.
this is 25.
No, 24.
First heard 3/25/25.
But was open 24.
Okay. So,
It's
we do a
The code-
Massey? Let's do a Massey. All right, anyone want to do a Massey? All right, it's a Massey, guys. All right, next one.
I'm going to do a motion for a mandatory appearance at the March 24th hearing.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Copy 4080030. Owner Mezina and Nisaj Tiana. Notice posted at the property on 2/3/2026. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 3/25/2025 to comply by 7/22/2025. 1 section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 4 extensions noted.
Inspector, what say you?
Sorry?
What say you?
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is complied.
Complied?
Yes.
Nice.
Hey, that's 2.
Moving on to page 18.
You're scaring
Inspector
us into compliance, aren't you?
Inspector Andrew Gebbia, properly addressed 3131 Southwest 18th Street. Owner Juan Guillermo Arango, Paola A. Arango. Case number BE 25060122. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 1/27/2026. 1 section amended from $50 per day to $150 per day. Order recorded, not complied. The city is requesting to impose fines in the amount of $4,050, which continues to accrue. Notice posted at the property on 2/6/2026, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has not complied. The city is requesting the fines be imposed.
Any progress being made on this at all? Any contact at all?
Negative.
Yeah, I'll put a motion to impose $4,050 that continues to accrue.
Can I get a second?
Carlos Stein seconds that.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Maybe we should raise the daily fine amount?
What is it right now?
Not sure we can we do that?
Can we do that, Rhonda?
So this was certainly noticed as a Massey hearing. They're not present. I think it's within your authority to be able to do that because this is a hearing to impose fines.
We asked him to be here mandatory, and hey, Juan, anyone?
I don't think that's an issue. You've done it before. I guess I just wanted to make sure the increase fits within the percentage allowed for the ordinance that allows whatever the daily fine amount is.
Oh, the daily fine can go up to $1,000.
I don't think we need to go to $1,000, but
Well, no,
I
I'm
think we
just
need
trying to make sure because I think it depends on population or something. Or whether it's a
Our
first or
population.
second.
Has there been attempts to contact this person since then, since the last hearing?
No, I haven't heard anything from him.
All right.
How do we notify the homeowner? Is there something sent with a reply that we know that they've received the notice? Or
Has this guy ever been here before? Inspector, have you talked to this guy before?
I don't believe I have.
Well, that's a different story.
Maybe he's not getting any kind
And
of
if I
notification.
did, I mean, forgive me, but we deal with so many people and so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
cases.
yeah,
It's tough
yeah,
to,
I
tough
understand.
to remember a single person, for a couple minutes.
I think as long as it's been noticed properly, I mean, the board has increased the fine on other property owners, so I don't think this is different.
No.
Let's just double check the file and see real quick if.
But we do know it was sent via certified and it was
And
posted.
posted.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did your due diligence.
Sorry, did we get the green slip back on the certified?
We don't get those anymore.
You don't do those, so you don't know if it actually got
No.
it?
Normally we go to the website and check to see if it was there, but we don't get the green slips back anymore.
It's all digital now.
Yeah. Well, that's what she's checking out to see. Yeah. Everything is digitized now, so electronic.
Send the green cards back for certified.
Yeah. You did.
Come and speak on it.
Okay.
So we're just going to raise the daily fine.
Yes or no, guys? Put a motion through.
No, because
Hello, aren't you going to vacate
She's
the
gonna tell
last? Didn't you just
So-
vote for the fines that as they are?
Yeah.
So we're going to vacate.
No, we just imposed, but if going forward, fines
Okay.
are still accruing.
As of today, moving forward.
Yeah.
So the notices were mailed certified and first class and posted at the property as well.
Okay.
But no one attended the hearing since then.
sorry, my question was whether the certified, whether it was signed for.
We don't.
If you want, we could check in the system to see, but can we come back to it? Okay.
All right.
Right.
Are they alive?
Yeah.
You gonna check since we?
So that's it.
Go ahead.
So let's just, since there's a little bit of unknown, let's just continue the fines as they are. We don't have to raise them, and we'll go
It
from
looks
there.
like it's a rental property. The mailing address is in Plantation. It's not a homestead property. So it looks like it's a rental.
Guys,
knock on the door and ask
did you
him.
hear what she just said?
Give
It's a
him the mail,
rental.
guys?
I'll drive by.
It's a rental.
Well, either the tenants are complete schnooks, or neither here nor there. If no one wants to do nothing, let's just move on to the next case.
We're going to move
We
on.
have to do a motion?
No,
We're coming back to this?
we're going to leave the fines as
Leave the fines as it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to be imposed then?
We've already imposed the fines.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure. Imposed as is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Property address 807 Southwest 14th Court, case number BE 2407-0006. Owner, Lincoln Sports and Entertainment LLC. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. This case was first heard on 3/25/2025 to comply by 7/22/2025. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, complied. The city is requesting to impose $1,350. Notice posted at the property on 1/23/2026, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. There are 3 extensions noted.
Alexandra Perez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you case number and address is read. Case is complied as stated. City is requesting fines of $1,350.
You said it's complied?
Yes.
All right.
So they still owe us the money.
Do they give us any kind of trouble? What was your opinion of all this?
There were 3 extensions. They came multiple times. Well, actually, they weren't present some of the times, but basically, there was an issue. You may remember there was an issue with there was interior remodeling and there was a chimney that was removed and it wasn't included in the plans. That was part of the delay to come into compliance. They sorted everything out. They got their permits now.
But they weren't sandbagging you, were they? Delaying it, pushing it off purposely,
The
giving you the runaround?
Let me see when the case. Do we have when the case was created?
July of 2024.
24?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the first hearing was March 2025.
What's the administrative costs on this one?
1,855. So we're actually. That's
Give
why.
them a break?
Yeah.
All right.
So I have a question for council. Do interest rates accrue after a certain time? Now that they've met their, they've complied, they still owe us this money. How do we keep track of that?
So once the lien is recorded, yes, interest accrues if the lien is not satisfied.
Okay. So does this come back to us again, or
No.
this is done for our part? They've complied, so the fee goes to the city now.
Right, yes. So the board has the option to either impose the fine or impose the administrative costs or something else.
We'll get a motion, guys.
What is the concern, I guess? Are we?
That they pay.
Well, they're going to pay no matter what. They're gonna lien on the
Yeah, I
property.
mean,
I just want to make sure that there's some penalty for not paying, and that's what she just said. That it'll be attached to the property, and interest fees will attach. So that's
Sooner or
fine.
later, they'll pay.
Yeah.
So, motion to impose the fines.
Alex Schneider, will second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 19, Senior Inspector Jose Setagusti, property address 1616 Northeast 16th Ave, owner Coda Perry Realty LLC, case number BE 24080079. A notice posted at the property on 2/2/2026, posted at 1 East Grand Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 1/28/2025 to comply by 3/25/2025. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, complied. The city is requesting to impose fines in the amount of $3,800. There are 4 extensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is complied. The city requesting administrative fees of $2,073.
That's for administrative costs, right?
Admin cost, yes.
All right. Board, any discussion?
Motion to impose the administrative fees of $2,073.
73.
Okay, $2,073.
Can I get a second?
Alex Schneider, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, we were looking at different. Is it imposed?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Administrative.
And how much was that? Okay. Yes. Property address 2325 Northeast 8th Street. Owner Ted Dowding, case number BE 25050117. Notice posted at the property on 2/2/2026. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 2/10/2026. This case was first heard on 11/13/2025 to comply by 1/27/2026. One section amended from $50 per day to $150 per day. Order recorded, not complied. City's requesting to impose fines in the amount of $4,050, which continues to accrue.
Severianescu, Building Inspector for the city. The case is not complied. The city is requesting impose fees.
Have they been in contact with you?
It's funny because I never had their information until they applied for some kind of permit to legalize it. And I called the guy in the morning, but he was still sleeping, so he said he'll call me back. But
He was sleeping?
Yes.
What time did you call him, 6 a.m.?
That was probably around 10 o'clock.
Oh, crack of 10, huh?
I love that.
Motion to impose the fines.
I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion table in a second. All in favor, say aye.
I'm going to recuse.
Hold on, you're going to recuse?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, for the record, Jackie Shaw recuses herself. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Do we want to bump up the fines of Mr. Sleepyhead here? Just a thought. All right, never mind. All right. I guess that's it.
Just to note that for case number BE 250600122, the certified mail was delivered and left with individual. It does not say it was a signature, but it says it was delivered and left with individual on February 6, 2026 at 4:17 p.m.
I mean, they've got it. I mean, it's not a matter of that.
Don't forget they are tenants, though. They're not the owner.
No, the certified mail goes to the mailing address that's on BCPA.
It was a different address?
Yes.
So, I mean, the owner definitely has it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll try and follow up and see if I can contact them, within the next couple of days.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Inspector.
Oh, 1 second. We would like to have all the cases listed on page 20 into the record as closed or withdrawn.
Motion to read all the cases listed on page 20 into the record as closed or withdrawn.
Carlos Lang seconds it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Thank you. Any business for the city?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. And we have our minutes from the January's hearing.
Motion to approve the minutes of the January hearing.
Carlos Lang seconds it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Thank you, board. This concludes our Code Enforcement Board hearing agenda. Thank you.